Hey Gomez, how's it going? How is it going? Hang on just a second. Technical difficulties all the time. I'm here to tell you. So, let me let everybody know over on D Live where I'm at today. Putting a link in my chat over there in D Live so everybody knows. The timer went off, Kim. Kim? Kimberly?
Yeah.
The timer went off.
Oh,
Okay, so let me get out of there. Hello, Suburban. Marie Duffy, how are you? Joy, hello. Phone at the moment, but trying to hurry and get to my laptop. Well, you just take your time. It's been a year, hasn't it? It upsets me that I've got to talk about this. We did a show on Orrin and Orson a while back, and I'll give this a few minutes for everybody to file in. Patricia, hello, honey. Say my hellos to everybody. It's been a crazy day here. I wasn't going to even... Hey, Justin girl. I hope you enjoyed yesterday. I saw that you left early. But thank you for joining. We're going to do more of those and different things. Hippie, hello, darling. So thank you for joining, Justin girl. That was really nice of you to do. And it's just a little bit that I can give back, for all the memberships you guys joined. So I appreciate it. But I had today completely planned a different path. I was going to go after a cancer scammer by the name of Giggle Pickles. Now, over here, I can talk about her. But then late last night came the arrest of the adoptive father and adoptive mother. And let me show you. Let me look up some of this stuff here so I can I'm new to Zoom, then I had to get dinner ready. Hey, you did great. You did great. Don't you worry about that. You did great. It's very easy. It just takes time getting used to if you're not used to it. So let me go back here and pull up what I was watching last night. There was actually YouTubers on the scene that pulled when they were pulled over. And so I have some video of that. And let me see if I can find that. It was pretty late last night. So let me pull that up. I'll be waiting for, Marie, I'm doing great, huh? How are you, honey? Hey, Kenneth, how are you? Good to see you. So let me see if I can't pull up some footage on that. I was up fairly late last night going through a lot of this stuff, so let me see. United we stand. There she is. There she is. So let me get this. Let me get that. So so that you go, hi Jenna. I know, right? This breaks my heart. So let's go back. Busy with 2 grandsons and family members. I hear you, Marie. Hello, Rachel. How are you? Let's go back. So in December, there was 2 little boys, Orson and Orrin, that were reported missing. The story is, Cassidy hugs baby. The story is that the adoptive father went out in the backyard. This is his story, and you guys will hear this. Went out in the backyard to gather wood for the fireplace. The adoptive mother, Jacqueline, was inside the house supposedly wrapping presents and didn't want the boys to see it. So they set the boys out on the back patio to play with. And I'm alone when you popped on. I was going to ask how you are. I'm great. Thank you for asking. I'm doing good. And you know what? I have learned, even if I'm doing real bad. Hey, Brenda. How are you, darling? Even if I'm doing real bad, sometimes I don't tell y'all anyway. You know how people are. Anyway, let me get back to this story. So, we're going to play a clip off of Facebook. Okay? It's a clip. Let's go clear back so that people know in case they haven't heard of this case. Now, we did this case a year ago. And there were so many people following on it. I was just keeping up on it all the time. AV, I followed him. LV, I followed her. So, anyway, let's follow this, okay? This is a little bit long, but we'll cut into this. And if you guys have any questions, please let me know. Here we go. Now, this is the adoptive father, Terrell, and his wife, Jacqueline, that were interviewed when they reported the boys missing.
We just want to thank everyone in the community for all the support we've seen. We've felt so helpless. And seeing
Watch their body language,
really
everybody.
And helping out really means a lot.
So, tell us what happened the night the kids went missing.
Okay.
In our yard.
Look how nervous she is.
I was gonna make a fire. There's a lot of wood in this area right here next to our house. I went up to that gate. I'm throwing wood, bringing it inside the house. My wife's inside. She was actually wrapping gifts, so we thought it was a good idea. They got our youngest two go outside and play with chalk on the back patio. Do not let
Oh
them
shit!
go
I'm sorry.
in the dirt in the backyard. And keep them close.
Sorry.
So
Sorry. Somebody's keeping me on my toes. Hey, Stitch. Can't see. Jenna. Karen. Can't see the video. You're not sharing. You all are on it, aren't ya? What the hell is that? What the hell is that? Hang on a minute. Oh my God, that scared the shit out of me, and I'm not scared of much. That was terrible. All right, let me share. Sorry, being as how you guys are being so damn picky. Okay, I got it. I knew I didn't like them back then either. Right? And if you watch, can you guys see it now? Can you guys see it now? If you guys look at their body language, see how his arms are crossed like this? That is a defensive stance. Okay? So here we go.
I came in the house, I saw them there. I went in the house, I came back out, I didn't see them now. I immediately went back in, asked my wife, did you see the boys? She said, no,
Gina?
they should be outside playing with chalk. I said, well, I didn't see them, so I came back outside and I started searching my backyard. I searched the whole thing. I realized that I left the gate open and I panicked,
Jenna.
came inside the house, searched the house, me and my wife. Once that didn't pan out, I got in the van. I looked down the street in both directions. It was getting dark, getting cold, and I got in the van and I hit a bunch of corners. I went down this
Now
street.
keep in mind, they live in an area where the town is not close. They live out in the middle of like this desert area. Where in the hell could two little boys, 4 and 3, go, right? Yes, Brenda, bingo.
I light on, I searched, I called their names. Talked to a gentleman on the street on the other side over there, he didn't see them. So then I came home and I told my wife we need to call the cops. It's getting dark and I need help, we gotta get going. So I called the cops, cops came. First thing they did was tell us to stay in the house so they can get a hold of us. And they had us just sitting there and we wanted to keep searching. But everybody came out in droves, and I wanted to thank you guys that night, but we
Now
couldn't go
watch his head
outside.
The
shake.
cops told us the best are out here.
The best are out here searching, and we appreciate it, and nobody ever could tell, we could never talk to anybody, and that was the issue.
We just want to thank everybody.
We really want to
And,
thank you guys.
Please, if anybody has seen them, please call, let somebody know.
It called the cops, call California the City Police Department. Call them and let them know what you've seen, if you see anything. Our boys, they are going to be rambunctious, okay? They are going to be here
Yep.
in this area. And I really would like to go in the houses, but it's not because I want to invade people's privacy. I just want to
Simply,
know,
I love your
Make
hair,
sure-
by the
make
way.
sure. That's it. Because
Yes.
I don't. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. If you got any questions.
Oh no, you're good.
Oh, okay.
I was just gonna say, this is the first time we're hearing from you guys, and
Because
I
it was
can't
at the
imagine
beginning, it was a year
what you
ago,
guys
so it
going
was
through. I can't
COVID.
even
They were
fathom it.
mandated masks.
For you guys, for people who are thinking that there's some kind of foul play involved, we just spoke to the biological mother. She says she had a conversation with you guys, and that she thinks there's some kind of foul play involved. That she thinks you guys did something.
And that's understandable.
What's your response to that?
That's understandable. I would think the same thing.
Yep.
I mean, that's exactly the point. And if we can find our babies, then guess what? That's no. And that's all I want is to find.
Yes, I
babies.
agree.
And I talked to her this morning, and I really wanted to tell her that I am completely sorry because
Oh, I
we were
love you
entrusted with
too,
her children,
B.
and they came to us.
Lorna,
and
much
became our
love.
children, and we named them.
Good to see you too. I watched
They
your
are-
video.
they are our
I liked your
children.
hair.
And so we want them back. So please, if y'all could get
I'm
back
good.
on what you guys are doing, we should be able to get a hold of somebody. But they took all of our tech, so they wanted to, I guess, just rule us out, which makes sense. That's part of the investigation.
Much love,
So
Florna.
that's pretty much it.
Have you guys, you talked to the police all last night.
Yes.
So you guys willfully gave them your
Everything.
technology,
Yes.
the car.
Yes,
Did
Joy.
they how did they get a search warrant? Did you
I,
guys?
I,
Oh, no
I don't see
idea.
why they got one, but they got one. We
Yeah,
would have
they
let them
didn't
take
need one,
anything.
but-
We would have let them take everything.
Hello,
We let them
Melanie.
come in and search with us. We asked them to come do that.
What did they take?
Just tech. And that's it. Like our phones.
From the house, though, did they?
Oh, well, I guess.
know, right?
Should I answer that?
Answer it to us, yeah.
Okay. So, into the,
Could everybody please share this out?
okay.
That
I
thumbs
guess-
up and share this out,
I don't
please.
even know.
I see. Yeah, we seriously
Nice.
felt like
So
we
we're-
needed to be out here. We did. Again, we were told the best
Good to see-
are out here looking already. Just to stay put. They have more questions. There was literally a cop with us the whole time in there.
He had sitting down. We would ask, can we go help? They had to sit
He said
down.
nope.
I'm going
He
to
said,
tell
"No,
you,
we
you're
got the best out
absolutely
there.
right.
So
We
it's
need
not-
you guys here to
Tell
take
you
care
what
of
we-
I don't want you guys
we know.
thinking that
We
we
don't.
didn't try. We actually
We
looked
tried.
before we called
We
the
looked,
police.
yes.
Did you see her shaking her head no?
And I imagine the mind-boggling
We actually
part
called
is the search for
before we-
information. What happened? Where are they?
Yes.
Et cetera, et cetera.
And we're, yeah.
And just so we are able to present
Exactly.
the information correctly, at what time did you guys notice your kids went missing, and at what time were they reported missing to the police?
It's about, I believe, I think it was about 4:30, going on 5. It was getting dark, like I said,
Five-ish.
5-ish. That's about it. That's
I'm
when
doing great.
everything played out.
Thank you, baby.
And then when did you guys call the police to report them missing?
I don't,
After we searched
yeah.
a little bit around here, it was dark, so we definitely we got worried.
Would you say it was maybe within an hour, a couple hours?
No, it was within minutes of
Jenna.
us getting finished with our search. It was within minutes.
Okay, so that's as far as I'm going to go with this. You guys see what I'm talking about, right? As far as the sorry, as far as the way that they're acting and what happened during this interview. So, yes, I agree. And if you notice, she's sitting right there shaking her head yes. Every time he'd say something, she'd say yes. So, she knew just as much about them boys where they were as he did. So anyway, this went on back in December of 21. And there's been people on the ground, boots on the ground, AV, all of these people that have constantly went out into these... Here, let me quit sharing here for a minute so you guys can see my nose. There's been people out there on the ground, and I've watched them. I've watched what they have done. They've been out on the ground. They've searched wells. They've searched empty lots. They've looked in garbage cans. They've looked in dumpsters. They've looked in refrigerators. They've been in their cars looking. They look and look and look and look. Spent hours and hours looking for this. Now, we never heard much from the police, right? Never heard much other than there was an ongoing investigation about these babies missing. Well, lo and behold, last night, there was arrest warrants out for Terrell. Terrell only at this time. Okay, there was an arrest warrant out for Terrell West. But, look here. I'm watching LV, and here she is. She's on the scene.
I can.
I'm just going to play the video here, and I'm going to speed it up. What you will see is the police have pulled over an RV. And in that RV were two people. Terrell and Jacqueline West, the adoptive parents of these two little boys you see behind me. See them? 4 and 3 years old. Now you've got a crime scene. Well, I've got this up here to... Let me slow it down. You've got the homicide team there on scene. Let me see. Why did it go black? Huh. I don't know why it went black. Oh shit. Hang on, I'm not sharing again. Hi, Steve. Why don't you guys let me know when I'm not sharing? You would any other time. What's up with that? Oh, here's something new. Oh. Okay, so I'm going to play you this one first, which we just did. So never mind. Then they went. Okay, so let me back up. So they arrested. LV went and she saw where they had arrested. Hang on. Okay, let's play this.
Okay, so we'll walk back.
So they picked up.
I think he killed himself.
You think so?
Yeah.
Fuck, man.
Hang on.
It's not good.
I'm setting it up now.
I'm on YouTube. Go on Facebook.
Okay. So here they are. The police.
Just live.
Yeah, we're nice here. Susie, hello, darling.
There you go.
They pulled over this.
Hey, you guys.
There you go.
I'm gonna see if I can zoom in. Oh, I can. Let this bike go by. They found the winter bagel. There is a crime scene.
It's showing, isn't it? Can you guys see it? Hey, Royal. Good to see you, honey. Thanks for coming on over. So you can see right here.
Was found.
It's a crime scene. They've got the crime lab there. The homicide detectives are there.
Two things, you guys, when we're alive. Can you hear me now? Let me know if you. Okay, sorry about that. They found the winter bagel. It is a crime scene now. I'm gonna try to zoom in as much as I can, you guys.
All you can
up
hear
there in
right
front of
now
the cop
is
car. We don't know how this is gonna turn out, guys, but there's detectives, homicides here already.
okay. Twee, let me. Hi, Mouse Toes. Thank you. Okay, Twee, the two little boys that you see behind me, Aaron and Orrin West, have been missing for over a year. The adoptive parents were arrested last night. Okay, so let's go back here. So they were arrested, and we're gonna look up their arrest Okay, here's Jacqueline's, and this is what they were arrested for. Okay, she was booked in at 8:06 p.m. That's Pacific Standard Time. Mouse Toes, I just love you, darling. And this is what the charges are: 2 felony murder, 2nd degree; 2 felony willful cruelty to child; and 1 misdemeanor false report of an emergency. Okay, let me repeat that. She's got 2 charges pending for murder, 2nd degree; 2 of willful cruelty to a child. What could that entail? And 1 of false report. No bail. They go to court tomorrow, which is Thursday. Okay? So this is her. And we go to Trezell. Here is his, he was picked up at 8:18, the same time basically, when he was booked in. And he's got the same thing. He's got 2 felony murder, 2nd degree, 2 felony willful cruelty to a child, and then also misdemeanor. Okay? False report of an emergency, Sandy, which means they reported those boys missing. They're the ones that reported the boys missing. Now, do y'all want the sad part of this? Yeah, no bail, and they go in tomorrow to court. So you can bet that I'll be on this one, too. Thank you, Twee. I greatly appreciate that. Tanya, hello, honey. Thank you for coming in. Thank you so much for coming in. Thank you all for coming in. Lady Swan, hello, honey. Hey, Mama, laying on couch with OG and Wyatt, watching and waving. Go says hi, too. Love you. You, OG, I love you, baby girl. Mwah. Grandma Uber loves you. OG. Grandma Uber loves you. I love you guys, too, Lady Swan. Give Wyatt a big hug, too. So, we did this show a year ago, and I've been following it. And there was nothing really to report because we didn't have any boots on the ground. But, so if anything came up, I knew that, we'd be following up on it. So, then this morning, the district attorney came on, and this is what she had to say. So this is what happened as of this morning. And here we go.
Good afternoon, and thank you for coming. I'd like to announce that the Kern County District Attorney's Office has filed murder charges in a case that has held significant public attention. The victim in this case is Micah Holsenbeek.
Oh,
He's
shit,
one of
wrong one.
Bakersfield 3, one of 3 people.
Sorry, wrong case. Wrong case, sorry. So sorry. Okay. Oh, look at this. Not to change the subject. My caregiver went to get hamburger today, and she said, you won't believe this. $23.49 if you're not a member. $16.77 for 3 pounds of hamburger. Get out of here. No way in hell. $3.36 a pound. Get out of here. Okay, anyway, here we go. Just thought that I'd tell you all that. Okay, so let me find it. It's here. Okay, here we go.
Good morning from the 17 Newsroom. I'm Maddie Jansen. We're breaking into programming to bring you new developments in the gut-wrenching case of those 2 little California City boys reported missing more than 14 months ago. Police have now confirmed that the adoptive parents of Orrin and Orson West have been arrested and charged in their deaths.
Right.
Let's take a look at what we know so far. In just a few minutes, Kern County District Attorney Cynthia Zimmer will be holding a news conference with law enforcement leaders to discuss the recent developments in this case. We're going to take a live look at the District Attorney's office right now.
Wow,
you can see everything is set up there in that room. We are set to begin in just about 4 minutes at 10 a.m. and we are going to bring that to you live. Here's what we know so far. Trezell and Jacqueline West, the adoptive parents of the 2 boys, have each been indicted for 2 counts of second-degree murder, 2 counts of child cruelty, and for filing a false report of an emergency. The charges are official confirmation of the worst fears of thousands of people who've been hoping and praying for the safe return of Orrin and Orson West.
Thank you, Jenna.
Even after 14 months of intense public scrutiny, we know very little about Trezell and Jacqueline West. Public records tell us that Trezell Philip West is 35 years old and Jacqueline Gabrielle Vasquez West is 32. Prior to last night, they had no local arrest records. In the last year and 2 months, there have been dozens of searches and scores of prayer vigils, but the Wests have never been seen attending. There have been 3 social media posts by, quote, the extended West family, but none by Trezell and Jacqueline.
None.
A yearbook confirms that Trezell was the 2004 graduate of Bakersfield High School. Public records show he held a security guard license that permitted him to carry an exposed firearm from March 2013 to March 2015. The exposed firearm permit was canceled when his guard license expired in 2015.
Okay, that's just it. These boys have not been found yet. And I'm going to play the DA's press conference here in a minute. No, 4 and 3. So we don't know how they. Well, I don't. The DA is keeping pretty close-lipped, and you'll hear everything that they've got and what they're able to give out. Dr. Pepper is like $9.40. 24-pack of favorite drink, Dr. Pepper. Jeez, oh Pete's. I mean, it's going to get worse, you guys. Yeah, they are. Hey, Kyle. Okay, let's go back to this.
We're taking you live now again to that press conference as we await the beginning of the news conference from District Attorney Cynthia Zimmer. Again, we're expecting this news conference to discuss these charges that were filed last night against both Jacqueline and Trezell West. We're going to learn a little bit more about that this morning. Defense Attorney David Torres joined us on 17 News at Sunrise to talk a little. California City Police Department is offering a $25,000 reward, but it's contingent on an arrest and conviction. All right, we're going to take you back out live to the district attorney's office. There is a DA Cynthia Zimmer walking up to the podium there, and we are expecting to learn a little bit more about these charges being faced by Orrin and Orson's adoptive parents, Trezell and Jacqueline West.
This is so sad. I got goosebumps. I know, right? Single mom.
Good morning. My name is Cynthia Zimmer. I am Kern County's district attorney. I have information about Orrin and Orson West, the 2 young boys who were reported missing from California City 14 months ago. On December 21st of 2020, Orrin was 4 years old and Orson was 3 years old.
Wow.
Their adoptive parents in California City, Trezell West and Jacqueline West, reported to the California City Police Department that the boys had disappeared from their backyard. the California City Police Department began a search for the boys in the area around their home.
I know, Kyle.
After a period of time, the FBI joined in the search, as did the California Highway Patrol and search and rescue from the Kern County Sheriff's Department. The community also came out to assist in looking for the boys, but to no avail. They were not located. 1 week later, crucial information came to light that necessitated the involvement of the Bakersfield Police Department and the Kern County District Attorney's Office. Law enforcement worked diligently.
They did.
Hundreds of hours in the next 12 months looking for the boys.
Everybody did. Everybody did.
This morning, I'm saddened to announce that the investigation has revealed that Orrin and Orson West are deceased. The investigation has also revealed that they died 3 months before their adoptive parents reported them missing.
Oh my God, can you imagine?
However, I am pleased to announce that this week, the Kern County Grand Jury indicted Trezell and Jacqueline West, the adoptive parents, for the murder of Orrin and Orson West. The indictment charges 5 counts. The first count is murder. Charges them both with murder, with the victim being Orrin West.
Bastards.
The second count charges murder, with the victim being Orson West. The third count charges felony child abuse.
Sandy,
against the person of Orrin West. The fourth count charges child abuse against the person of Orson West.
I can't even
And the
imagine.
fifth count charges false report of an emergency. Naturally, the first 2 counts.
Let me also say, I don't think California has a death penalty. Let me also say that the one boy was handicapped, had a hard time walking. He had braces. Hey, Kelly. Oh. Okay, let's go back.
Carry the most time in state prison, murder. It is charged as murder in the second degree. That carries 15 years to life, but with 2 victims, the potential penalty or the maximum possible penalty, if convicted, is 30 years to life.
Right, mouse toe.
For each defendant, Trezell and Jacqueline West. Now, the grand jury indictment is a formal charging document, and we followed a process in charging them before the grand jury, and that was the district attorney requested that the grand jury convene to hear evidence regarding an indictment that we presented them. The district attorney's office then presented information to the grand jury.
Thank you, Jen.
And the grand jury found there was sufficient evidence to hold Trezell and Jacqueline West responsible for these murders, and they returned what was called a true bill. So oftentimes we call it they were indicted, but what they did is returned a true bill on the indictment.
What does that mean?
Department 1 Superior Court judge issued warrants for the arrest of the defendants.
Wait.
And they were arrested last night at about...
What does a true bill mean? Does anybody know what a true bill is? Hey, Sin. If anybody knows, please let me know.
7 p.m. in Kern County. They are currently in the Kern County Jail waiting for an arraignment on the indictment, which will be tomorrow.
Oh, you're welcome, single mom.
There will be no preliminary hearing in this case because an indictment is a substitute for a preliminary hearing, and this case will proceed directly to trial. The announcement of an indictment in this case probably raises a lot of questions.
Yeah.
Questions about the facts of the case.
Yeah.
And what you and the public would like to know. I'm not permitted to go over the facts of the case in this case, but there is something that I'd like to discuss because the facts of the case are to be what we produce in the jury trial, because we want both the prosecution and the defense to have a fair trial in this case.
I know, right, Remy?
However, one of the questions that I'm sure you would like to know is, have the bodies of Orrin and Orson been found? And the answer to that is no.
God almighty.
They have not been found. However, I would like to emphasize that the fact that law enforcement have not found their bodies does not preclude a murder prosecution.
So they had to
As a matter of fact, there have been many hundreds of what we call no-body homicides prosecuted.
Okay, so that tells me that they've had a lot of evidence in this case in order. Somebody's got to crack. I bet it will be Jackie to tell where the boys are. Now, endorsement by the, bill of indictment endorsed by a grand jury as warranting prosecution of the accused. Hey, Robin. Much love, honey. Okay, so let me get that right. Refers to the decision, of the grand jury in having heard evidence that a person may have committed an indictable offense. When the jury renders a true bill, then the prosecutor moves. Okay, gotcha. That makes sense now. No, they haven't been found, just a girl.
Across the United States, successfully, and even no-body homicides have resulted in murder convictions in Kern County.
A lot.
I'd like to introduce the people who are standing here with me today, who have been crucial in bringing this case forward. Eric Smith is the person to my right here. Eric Smith is the supervisor of the homicide unit at the DA's office. Next to him is Bryant Estep, also a homicide prosecutor in the DA's office. And these two gentlemen are the people from my office who presented the evidence to the grand jury. And this grand jury hearing began 3 months ago in December of 2021.
Yep.
Mr. Smith, would you like to come say a few words?
Oh, my word.
On behalf of myself and, of course, Deputy District Attorney Brian Estep, I would like to thank the allied agencies who worked tirelessly throughout this investigation. That includes also the Kern Regional Crime Lab and also the DA investigators in this case. Kern County law enforcement worked together, at first in an attempt to locate Orrin and Orson West. And as that continued, it turned into the investigation into the disappearance and ultimately the homicide of the two boys. The lead investigative agencies, Bakersfield Police Department, California City Police Department, they worked tirelessly throughout the course of this over a year since this occurred to follow up on leads and complete the investigation. Investigation that was continued even throughout the grand jury hearing. The indictment itself took approximately 3 months. Over 50 witnesses testified during the course of the indictment. Much of those witnesses' testimony was extremely emotional as it related to this case. But that's to be expected from a case that involves the murder of two innocent children. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. To my right, to my left, are two chiefs of the case that did most of the work. Bakersfield Police Chief Greg Terry and California City Police Chief John Walker. Chief Terry, would you like to say a few words?
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. And this is not the outcome that we and so many had hoped and prayed for over the last year.
God bless their hearts.
Our thoughts and prayers go out to the families of Orrin and Orson, who
says, interesting observation, no masks. Hey, little lady. Well, you got to realize that the masks have been lifted in certain areas. I know as of March 1st here, the masks are lifted except for like caregivers and that kind of thing. So that's probably on the West Coast were dropped as of yesterday. Yeah, on the 1st. Here too in Washington. So this was done today.
This news today, their worst fears have been realized. I want to express my pride and appreciation to our homicide team, who invested so much personally and professionally to find the truth in this investigation. We now realize that the search for the boys began after the real tragedy had already occurred.
Very classic, yes.
But it is the work and diligence of the investigators,
I've got goosebumps,
our partners, California City Police Department, the FBI, the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, and many, many other law enforcement agencies, community members, our own community members, and members of the public. That diligence, that refusal to give up is why we are here today. I also want to express my appreciation to our District Attorney, Cindy Zimmer, for her leadership and for her commitment to the safety of our families here in Kern County, no matter how difficult the case.
No big questions.
We also would not be here without the teamwork and support of the District Attorney staff. They provided invaluable support.
I'm going to mute this for just a second while this plays. Did he confess? No. How do they know they are deceased? Just curious. I don't know how that works. We're going to get to the questions and answers here in a bit. They apparently have enough evidence in order to bring them and have their, I don't know the full story on this.
Terry, Chief Walker, would you like to address the audience?
Good morning. Thank you for being here.
This guy, I can't
emphasize.
imagine. Let me stop. He's been there since day one. This man has been there. I mean, he's had boots on the ground. He has committed every single waking moment of his life to these two little boys. I cannot imagine what these people that have looked for these little boys are mentally right now. Mouse Toes, look at Oakley Carson, loving foster parents given back to bio parents. She's gone. Yes, that's right up by my place, Remy, that's happening.
First and foremost, this is a tragedy, an absolute tragedy that was reported in my city, that two small boys could be killed by their parents.
Yeah, I don't know, Robin, either.
But
we're going to find
I
out.
do have to say how proud I am of my department from the second we got the call until we brought in so many resources, and we're very grateful for that. But the second we got the call, we were on scene. We began to work it and look for these kids. And we had so many agencies involved, Kern County Sheriffs, the Search and Rescue, CHP came with their helicopter to help us. But the citizens of Cal City came out in numbers to look for these kids.
Yep, that's
and
true.
it began to grow to the outlying communities and eventually across the nation.
Yes.
We were getting people who were interested and they wanted to know where these kids were as well as us. And then eventually Chief Terry and the Bakersfield PD came in to help us out, and they've been instrumental to make this happen. So I want to thank all those people again for helping us to try to come to some kind of resolution with this. But again, the bottom line is we have two small boys that we believe are no longer here that are dead, and that's terrible.
Oh, God, that breaks my heart.
But again, I want to thank the District Attorney, Cindy Zimmer, for being brave and diligent to push this forward and actually bring this case to the surface. So we will push forward. We haven't given up, and we'll continue to give them any kind of help that they would need in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief Walker. While the defendants in this case, Trezell and Jacqueline West, are presumed innocent, the securing of a grand jury indictment is a major step in ensuring that there will be justice.
Well, they said,
for
Janet,
Orrin and Orson.
Boys have been missing 3 months prior.
This case has tugged at the heartstrings.
So I don't know.
Of people in my office, in law enforcement, and in this community.
Kyle.
It is a horrific tragedy that these precious little boys had to lose their lives.
Exactly.
But I want to thank everyone who was involved in this case law enforcement officers. It must have been so difficult for them who searched for Orrin and Orson, the community members that came out and helped search, and then the community members that just continue to care about what happened to them. So, if you have any questions,
here we go,
those
guys.
are the end of my comments. But keep in mind, there are ethical restraints as far as what we can talk about prior to the trial in this case.
Well, let me try, Cindy.
Thank you. I think he had his hand up first.
I know.
Attorney, how can we confirm that the boys had died
Funny
3
girl.
months prior to their reported disappearance if bodies haven't been found? Can you kind of explain how that works?
No, I cannot, but I can tell you the facts in court will show that we were able to prove that to the grand jury that the boys have died, that they were murdered, and we did that through a combination of direct and circumstantial evidence, and the grand jury was convinced that they were dead. Thank you.
Given that you say that they died 3 months before this was reported, and that the fact that Giselle and Jacqueline lived in Bakersfield and then moved to California City, Chief Walker, do you believe, can anybody say whether Orrin and Orson were ever in California City to begin with?
Mr. Gaspar, that's a good question, and that's something we're going to answer during the trial.
So did you guys get that?
We cannot go into the facts of the case.
As far as trying a case without a body, because since I assume you don't know where the boys are. Is that right?
We don't know where their bodies are. That's what I said.
Okay, so you don't know where their bodies are. What will that present kind of a difficulty in trying this case without a body? Public out there has at least some that I've run into say, well, they can't try somebody without a body. How are they going to do that?
As I explained in my earlier statements, no body homicides are tried all the time. And we have evidence that was sufficient to convince the grand jury, and we have sufficient evidence that we believe will convince a jury that they are not alive.
They were 4 and 3.
And we have evidence.
Have you tried a case here without a body before?
Yes, we have tried 2 successfully, at least that I know off the top of my head. I have those names, the Leonard Bryce Thomas case and the Daniel Rhodes case, successful murder convictions. And there may be more, but those are 2 that I can remember. Yes?
Can you talk a little bit about why second-degree murder in this case rather than first?
No, I cannot. I can't really discuss the theory of liability in the case because that would involve the facts.
Okay. And then also, could you, I'm so sorry, one more question. Can you talk a little bit about why you guys decided to go down the grand jury route and attain that rather than the average procedure?
We try, I've done over 20 grand jury indictments myself throughout my career. It is something that we commonly do on homicide cases, which involve calling live witnesses. And also sometimes we do it because there has to be a little bit of starting and stopping regarding scheduling. A preliminary hearing is continuous. You don't have start and stops. And at a grand jury hearing, you can
they're tired.
do 2 days of testimony 1 week, 1 day, so there are a variety of
Going
reasons
on
that
all
we
night.
considered in this case. And a lot of, if you look back on some of our high-profile homicide cases, most of them did go to grand jury.
Right, Jenna?
Yes.
We have unconfirmed reports that a white RV was pulled over by law enforcement yesterday at Highway 43 and Highway 58, and some were saying this was possibly where Giselle and Jacqueline were taken into custody. Are you able to confirm that? And also, near Potomac Avenue, the neighborhood where Giselle and Jacqueline have been living with his parents after they moved back from California City, there was a helicopter with a searchlight going over around, I want to say, 7, 8 o'clock last night. Can you confirm that that was looking for Giselle and Jacqueline?
The defendants, Giselle and Jacqueline West, were taken into custody last night around 7 p.m. by the Bakersfield Police Department in western Kern County.
How did that happen? How did you find out that the Winnebago was there?
Well,
we had spotted it earlier in the day in Edison, and then it was the same Winnebago that you guys found yesterday.
How are you?
Can you say what tipped you off that the Winnebago was there at Enos Lane and Highway 58?
No. Any other questions? Yes, ma'am.
What does this say about like the vetting and background process for adopting parents here in Kern County?
Ma'am, it's not the job of the district attorney to talk about those types of things. It's the job of the district attorney to look and see if a crime was committed and bring those guilty parties to justice. Yes.
Are the defendants
No, mouth
cooperating
closed.
and have they admitted
Let
to
me
any wrongdoing?
let me stop this for just a minute. Hey, 60s, how are you? Okay, let me now. I heard one was handicapped. Have I proven that? No. So I'm just letting you know that. Number two, they had, I think, up to 5 children total. They were foster parents. The kids that were left after them are now in CPS, has them. That is what they said this morning during this. And 2 biological kids. No, they had 2 other adopted and 2 biological, plus they had okay, so that's 4. I thought there was 5. Okay, so we'll continue. I stand corrected. Thank you very much.
Can't discuss, that is absolutely prohibited, any type of statements by the ethical canons that attorneys are required to follow. I won't comment on the evidence specifically. I won't comment on statements. Yes.
Are these the only arrests that are going to be taking place in this case? Is there plans to bring in anybody else or to arrest anybody else involved in this?
If I had those plans, I probably wouldn't tell you, but I can't tell you anyway. It's a good question. I don't mean to be trite, but I'm not going to comment on that. Yes.
I do
Go
have
ahead.
one more. We do know that Orson and Orrin were 2 of 4 adopted kids. They also had another 2 biological kids.
There you go.
Any idea of the whereabouts of the other 2 adopted kids and the biological kids as well? And were there any signs or prior signs of prior abuse in the household with the other 4 kids?
I'm not able to discuss that, but it's not like the other 4 are missing. They are in the care and custody of the Child Protective Services.
I'm such a pig, aren't I?
Yes.
Were Trezell and Jacqueline West under surveillance for a considerable amount of time before you made an arrest?
I cannot answer that. I mean, I know, but I shouldn't be answering that.
I hate your skin. I hope you don't.
Yes.
Have you spoken to the biological parents of Orrin and Orson since you learned of this news? And if so, what was their reaction to this finding?
Well, Mr. Smith has had contact with some of the biological family in this case, and I would have to defer to him about that. Our office.
Is it? Almost 1. Okay.
Grand jury
Bentley
proceedings are secret.
Barbers.
They are confidential. They are not to be revealed until after an arrest is made
I love you.
in this case.
Mom.
And in any case.
Of course.
So we will, now that there has been an arrest made, we'll be able to talk to the family of the victims more so. But even before that, we weren't able to really go into detail with them, although I can tell you we have had contact with the family.
Blocking the driveway.
Was it a unanimous vote with the grand jury to bring forth the indictment?
I mean, you might want to.
I don't think that's something that can ever be revealed. I think that's confidential information in the hands of the grand
Okay,
jury.
honey.
I can tell you that there was sufficient number to do it, or it wouldn't have been a valid indictment. But whether it was unanimous or not unanimous, I don't
Right,
know.
funny girl.
Because they don't tell us.
Can you say who
Right.
legal counsel will represent the suspects?
They will be arraigned tomorrow in court, and if they cannot afford counsel, they will be appointed, or if they want to retain counsel, they can do that. So we don't know. We won't know in the criminal matter who their attorneys will be until tomorrow morning.
How do you guys plan to
I know,
break
Mouse
news to the
Tools.
biological
Isn't that
family?
terrible?
Obviously, we're saying you guys have given confirmation that both boys are diseased as well, but there's
Were the
no
boys' bodies found?
concrete
No,
evidence
60s, they were
showing
not.
it is. It sort of feels what's been going on for almost the past year, where the family and the community has sort of been left without any answers, and that constant question has been brought up. Where are the boys? And I mean, you're saying there's concrete or confirmation that they are diseased, but how would you guys?
It's called a jury trial, sir. That's where we will prove that they are deceased, and we have and the grand jury has already found that they are deceased, and we have presented evidence that. As far as the news that went to the biological family, I think the news did that last night. I I think you were out at the scene with the biological family before we were even had the defendants in custody or had an opportunity to do
What
this
a bunch of shit.
statement today.
Hear that?
So
Ooh,
as far as news to the
snap.
family, I think that I think they already know.
She snapped.
Yes. And just a couple more questions, please.
Could you talk a little bit about the sentencing for the other two charges, the willful cruelty to the child? What's kind of the average for that as well?
Well, what that term carries is 6 years. Correct, Mr. Smith? 6 years.
And would that be changed because there's 2 counts of that, or for each defendant?
That's kind of a complicated sentencing question. You look to see if the conduct supporting the homicide charge, and you take what's called it's a determining sentencing, whether or not you get any more time on the child abuse cases counts if they're convicted on the murder. Kind of depends on the facts and circumstances.
Wow.
I have a question for Chief John Walker. You did
Okay,
submit your
so right there,
recently to
that's pretty much the end of it. Chief Walker is
the department to resign as chief of
So-
the California State.
What I want to do now is I want to look up here, answer a few questions first. 60s wants to know, what are they basing the charges on? That they are not letting us know right now at this time. All they said is they have enough evidence.
Thank you, dear.
You're welcome, honey. Thank you. You did a great job today.
Thank you.
And we'll work on that egg pudding here Friday. They said they had enough evidence to charge them with 2 counts of murder. So she couldn't give what the evidence was, and she said that they would wait for a jury. So there's that right there. I'm not sure how much a couple of child murderers would care about any other children, right, Jenna? Yeah. Nobody can ever mistreat them anymore, Melanie says. They were not being shown love. I know, right? Here's the thing. They came from an abusive... well, I shouldn't say that. I take that back. They came from a home where the mother had some problems. I will just say that. And then they were fostered by the Wests, and then they were adopted. So, with that being said, let me go to LV, back to LV, and this is LV United, guys. I'm going to put her channel in here in the chat. Go check her out. Go check her out. Now, this is LV United We Stand. Great little channel. And let me see what happened here. I have not seen this yet.
I know what happened.
So,
River TV on the it's dark out.
hang on.
They go to court on the third, Dad.
Okay, so I guess I'm not going to show you anything here.
If it was Washington or down here,
Oh, Bentley's hiding down here by my feet. What? Oh, is your groomer here? You're hiding?
Yeah, I gotta go out there and tell her that I'm leaving. I'll see you later.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Tell her just to come in and she can get him.
Okay.
Bentley's getting a haircut today and he's down by my feet. He's curled up near my feet, shaking like he's shitting the peach seed. He does not like his groomers, and they've been grooming him for 7 years. I don't know why, but he does not like them. So, meant that as far as caring where or what's going on with other kids, right? Right. So, anyway, they did, apparently, the police went over to, whether or not there's going to be more arrest warrants, I don't know, but there's a lot of people involved in this. Now, Wanda is the mother of the Trezell. So, poor Bentley. I know he's so mistreated. He is so mistreated. Come here. Well, come here, Mama love on you. Actually, what I'm doing is getting a hold of him so he can't jump away. Say hi to everybody. Say I'm getting a haircut today because I'm just that handsome. Yes, I'm getting a haircut today. Oh, he's not liking this. He's waiting for them to come in the back door. Yes. You're in a very bad position. So anyway, yeah, him and Harley get Harley gets his nails done, and then Bentley gets a haircut, and we're gonna go short this time because it's starting to get warm. Yep, Mom's sneaky. Mom is sneaky. I'll hold on to him till she comes and gets him. What? I see you, Harley. Oh, nope, 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 nope. You can't get down. Nope, nope, nope. No. No. Oh. Oh, 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 oh. Hang on. Huh. Oh. We call her a Wookie when she needs grooming. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, he knows something's going on. He hears. He hears everything. Yeah. And, but anyway, let's get back to this. I'm just holding on to him before she comes in here. And, should it make them drive by every day? Bentley will behave every... Hi, come on in. I've got him in here in the office while I'm live.
Oh my
So,
gosh.
hang on a minute. Okay. A ham bone, you know? And I don't know why he acts so scared.
I know.
It's not like you guys beat him or anything.
He's perfectly fine when he's out there, I promise.
Is he? Oh, I believe you.
Yeah.
You girls have been doing him for 7 years. I mean, I believe you. He's just a little ham bone. That's all. Okay, so she's come and got him. And so I can get back. I'm so sorry for the interruption. Separation anxiety, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Stitch should make them drive by every day. Bentley will behave every day. You got that right, Stitch. Oh, I'm telling you what, he's so... They're both. They're mama's boys. What can I say? Okay, so let me see. What else do I got here to show you? Let me see. Yeah, I don't know what else. Now, tomorrow, Bentley hoping he's invisible right now and hands off, right? Oh my gosh. And then when she comes and gets Harley, then he's the same way. He comes over and curls around my feet, you know. So, anyway, all right. That is going to be the updates that we have today on them. Now, they go to court tomorrow. I'll give you an update then. And then it's just, you know, they'll need to lawyer up if they haven't already. And then we'll just wait for the trial. Hopefully, the trial will be public, unlike the Morphew case where we can't hear it. You know, Wanda the bio mom, you were saying. Wanda is actually Trezel's, the adoptive father's mom. So, yeah. Right, Jenna? And they're supposed to be getting... Let me see. Let me get back to where Wanda West's house. Hang on a minute. Let me see if I can find something here real quick.
Yeah, have them send it through so we could show the live.
Oh, here's some of their charges.
Wanda West's house after her son was picked up for second-degree murder. So it's all black. It's dark. It's dark out. They were expecting. From what they were talking about, they were supposed to be expecting. Let me see. Let me see if I can find something here. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything on her. That's 11 months ago. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything new on her. But I will definitely keep you guys abreast. I'll need to do some more background on it. Cops unraveling all these family members, right? They said it could be up to 5 people arrested last night when I was watching AV. He said it could be up to 5 people. Now, how he knows that, I don't know. Yeah, exactly. Rustin, I know. Bless her little hearts. They did, poor innocent babies. They didn't do a damn thing wrong. Not a damn thing wrong. How can anybody, first of all, murder anybody? Number 2, these are precious innocent babies. You know, yeah. Look at those faces. Look at these faces. Look at that face. Oh, Lordy. So, I was going to do a different stream today. I was going to call out a cancer scammer by the name of Giggle Pickles. But this took precedence over that. And I have my notifications on. I'm going to keep an eye out for you going live. Well, thanks, Miss Nomer. I really appreciate that. I have the utmost respect for you, by the way. I've sat back and I lurk in a lot of streams. And I've watched you. And you're a pretty nice lady. Thank you. Thank you. Well, you all are nice, you know. But, I mean, Miss Nomer and I don't know each other very well. And so, you know, guys, you know me, I lurk. I'm a lurker. Shauna! Hello, darling. Well, hello, darling. And Mouse Toes, you know I love ya. Suburban, love you guys too. I just love you all. You know, wanted to be loved. Exactly, Melanie. It breaks my heart too, hippie. It really does. You know, these poor babies, just go to think, if something like this can happen to these two, where was the system at? Of course, they were adopted. I don't know the strategics. I don't know the full background of that. But they're 2 innocent little babies. Had their whole life in front of them. I just can't. I just can't. Just... yeah. I love you too, Joy. And I want to thank everybody for coming in. Today's Wednesday. Depending on what happens tomorrow, I may take tomorrow off. I've got a bunch of stuff going on around here. And a bunch of people coming in. Miss Nomer, I don't think I deserve all of the kudos. I really appreciate them, though. I'm the first to say that I can be an ass. But normally it's because I'm calling someone out over something wrong I see. Exactly. Exactly, Miss Nomer. That's why I have respect for you. Man, people have nerve scamming for money. Oh, yeah. Well, this little Giggle Pickles... and I do have much respect for you too. Oh, thanks, Miss Nomer. That means a lot. So let me tell you about little Giggle Pickles background so that y'all know what I'm talking about. This little Giggle Pickles, a while ago, in September of 2021, in September 2020, reported missing December, 20. They weren't in their care that long if they weren't reported for 3 months. Right, Jenna? Right? Much love, just a girl. There you go. Jenna just said it. They were adopted September 2020 and reported missing in December of 2020. So they had to have been gone. They were gone 3 months prior, which would have put them in September when they adopted them. They weren't in their care that long if they weren't reported, but they were fostered before they were adopted. So something's not right here, Jenna. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Little Jenna's like my reporter, man. She's right on it. Her and Stitch. Man, they're good. Yep. And that's another one. If y'all ever see Jenna out and about, I'm telling you, befriend her. She's a good friend. She's honest, and she's another one. She tells it the way it is. So anyway, this little cancer scammer went on and told her best friend Karen that she had cancer. Never gave her a heads up, nothing. Just went on a live feed and said, "Oh, by the way, I got lymphoma." So here she was going to chemo and radiation at the same time. You know, she was so weak, she's in a wheelchair, but yet the next week she was walking 17 miles or 7 miles or wherever the fuck it was. Said she lost all her damn hair. She had a beanie cap on. She looked like a fucking idiot. But yet you could see the hair poking out. Oh yeah, we're going to show pictures of all that. Going to show pictures. We're going to show DMs of her fucking lying. But she kept telling everybody, "Oh, I need a new computer. Mine hit the dust and I don't have anything to do because my computer's not working. And I need money to move to Florida." So she's getting all this money coming in. Also wondering if they will be charged for receiving benefits for children that weren't under their care. Could be, Sandy. I don't know, baby. I don't know, honey. Could be. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, bless her little hearts. So anyway, there was a group of us in a group chat that kept getting all the evidence, and we finally called her out. I love you too, Twee. Because you could see her hair. Oh, she's a real piece of fucking work. And you know what she said to me when I called her out? "I'm going to have my attorney on you." Well, get going, bitch. I'm still waiting for the fucking phone call. Get going. Call. Because you know what? It's against the law to pretend like you have cancer and you don't. Did you know that and reap rewards off of it? Been many of people arrested for it. Come on. Yeah, so then all of a sudden she shows up, and guess what? She's got hair longer than mine, and mine is clear down here. She's got hair longer than I do in 1 month. Give me a break. Give me a fucking break. Now she's on all these live streams thinking she's just hotter than shit. Guess what? She never moved to Florida. Guess what? She never moved to Florida. But yet she got all that money. Why is that? So we're going to do a whole show dedicated. I'm going to have some people that witnessed all this up on panel with me. Karen was her best friend. She lied to her best friend. Her best friend mourned this lady for months. Didn't believe that she was lying. We had to show her she was lying. And now Karen believes it. Karen Crocheter, she's a very nice woman. Very nice lady. She didn't deserve that. Not only that, she used her. She used her for food. She used her for money. Yeah. I know, Robin, right? I took a little break too. Exactly, Simply. Anyway, so we'll be doing a whole live stream on her. Her name is Giggle Pickles. If you see her anywhere, she has a mouthful of no teeth. Maybe a couple stragglers. And she's got a hair. She's got hair. You're fine, Sonny. Who? Her name is Giggle Pickles. Tards on deck. Tards on deck. I love you guys. There they are. Tards on deck. I love those guys. I've been watching. I can't do it over on D-Live, but I can do it over here on... I've got everything. You need anything, Tards on Deck? We got it. We got it. Guys, go check out Tards on Deck. Check them out. Can somebody put their link in there? You will see they've got a bunch of shit on her too. They've got a bunch of shit on this woman. And then the other day she's going to take down her daughter, who's got custody of her son. Giggle Pickles has a son. The daughter... You're welcome, Karen. We have plenty of videos of her recorded lives on her channel. Thank you, Tards. And do you mind if I play some of your stuff on this when we go? And you guys are more than welcome to come up on panel when I go with this. She's telling she's going to take down her daughter. You want to know why? It was her son's birthday. And there they are. Thank you, Suburban. Thank you. Thank you, Jenna. Go check them out, guys. Giggle Pickles, they've recorded a bunch of her lies, and it comes right straight from her mouth. Here, I got to take these boys off here that I'm ranting. That's not right. Let me take these guys off here. There. While I'm ranting. So we have a Giggle Pickles playlist. Yes, they do, and you will love it. Guys, go over and check them out. Go over and check them out. Hannibal Banna, hello. Hello. Go for it, but it's a lot of us talking over it. I know, but I can skip through those parts if you don't want me to. Yeah, go over and check them out, guys. They got a whole playlist of this Giggle Pickles. That way you'll know who I'm talking about. This woman has a daughter. She must got kicked out of where she was living at with her daughter. Because now she's living with some woman and her little girl. But anyway, it's the boy's birthday. Pickles' son's birthday. She calls. They're not answering. Why? Because they've got a fucking life. They work until 6. But oh, Miss Giggle Pickles thinks that they need to pick up that phone right when she calls. Fuck you. Get out of here with that happy horse shit. Okay, woof, Dad. Thanks, babe. Sorry I'm getting heated up, but this pisses me off. I've got my brother-in-law in the hospital right now. Not brother-in-law, but not anymore. But his family dying of esophageal cancer. Dying right now as we speak. Dying. And then you got somebody like this old bitch in there. She's going to turn her daughter in. Turn her daughter in. Why? Because she didn't get back to him fast enough. She does have long, thick hair. Longer than mine, and my hair is down to my chest. And it's taken me 4 years, but all of a sudden, boom, in 1 month she's got hair? Get out of here. She did get kicked out of her daughter's after her daughter got custody of her 4th child. The 4th child she never raised. There you go. She has a whole new crew who's going to drag down with her. We keep trying to warn them. I know. We've tried warning people too. I just had people in my messenger yesterday saying, well, I never knew this about her. What? How can you not know? We've been talking about this. We've been talking about this over on DLive. The thing with DLive is I cannot say the names over there. I'll get booted off. So I have to be careful about Hannibal Banna. I have to be careful. So we talk about pickle cream, making your hair grow back. You know, that kind of thing to give hints. Oh, thanks, Kyle. Thanks. Anyway, that's just what's to come. It's not going to be pretty. We're going to have a bunch of people up here. They're going to come up here and we're going to talk and show our truth. We're going to show DMs. We're going to show all kinds of things. Videos. Yeah. She hasn't raised a single one of her kids. Yep. Prophet of truth. Hello. Anyway, this woman has gained money. She's gained food.